Hey everyone. So, how many songs, Christian songs, hymns, whatever, can you think of that talk about us being unworthy of God's love? I wonder how He could love me, a sinner, condemned, unclean, or for such a worm as I. Or even, the very famous one, Amazing Grace, that saved a wretch like me. See, what's amazing about grace is that it's actually unmerited, which means that we didn't earn it, right? It's not that we are unworthy of grace or unworthy of love or unworthy of anything from God. The writer William Paul Young, who wrote The Shack, he calls this piece of something theology. I'll let you figure out what he means. But it says, right, that I am disgusting or depraved or unclean. And so it's hard to believe that God could love me, right? And that's who I am to my core. What do my kids have to do in order for me to love them, for them to be worthy of my love? Absolutely nothing. They should be my kids. That doesn't mean that I love everything that they do or say or that I think they're perfect. But I owe them love and care regardless of what they do because I brought them into the world. So why should we think that God no longer owes us anything as soon as we sin? Now, the fruit of this unworthiness idea is overwhelming shame, right? If you're bad to the core in your very being, well, why would you ever expect to do anything good? And supposedly those who proclaim this theology say that it all changes when you come to Christ, but that shaming language does not tend to stop in my experience. And so we have to change how we think about ourselves, how we see ourselves, or how we imagine God looks at us. For one thing, I think we should stop calling ourselves sinners. You are a beloved child of God who, I'm guessing, still struggles with sin, probably on a daily basis if you're anything like me. But sinner does not define your identity. Your identity is the child of God that God made you to be. So we don't start with Genesis 3, what we call the fall, even though Scripture itself never calls it that. We start with Genesis 1, because in the beginning, God made you in God's own image, and God calls you good. So nothing that you can do changes who you are. Grace, it's still a gift. It always will be. But you don't have to hate yourself in order to be grateful for it.